multiple phases of Tourette syndrome. What it is. What it's not.
The mission of multicultural outreach is to raise public awareness and educate all ethnicities about Tourette syndrome and comorbid disorders through educators, physicians, parents, hospitals, and media. It also wants to ensure minority children are properly diagnosed and their families educated so that proper treatment and needed accommodations can be achieved.
The first known diagnosis of Tourette syndrome was of Georges Gillet de la Tourette, a French neurologist born October 30th, 1857. Dr. Tourette described the symptoms of Tourette syndrome in 9 patients in 1884. He later died on May 26, 1904. Tourette syndrome is an often misdiagnosed and misunderstood neurological disorder that's a lot more common than you may think. You may know or have seen someone with TS symptoms, which include tics, which are involuntary, rapid, sudden movements and or vocal outbursts that occur repeatedly. Tics include twitching, blinking, yelping, and shouting, and they're broken out into motor and vocal tics. Commonly, motor tics may be eye blinking, head jerking, shoulder shrugging, and facial grimacing. Vocal tics include throat clearing, sniffing, and even tongue clicking. Many times, children and adults with Tourette syndrome have other comorbid disorders. Some of these include attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD, anxiety disorder, and also obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD. These 3 are the most common comorbid disorders in children with Tourette syndrome. Genetic studies indicate that TS is inherited as a dominant gene, with about a 50% chance of passing the gene from parent to child. Sons are 3 to 4 times more likely than daughters to exhibit TS. TS often goes undiagnosed. No exact figure can be given, but the authoritative estimates indicate that some 200,000 in the United States are known to have the disorder. That's 1 out of 1,000 people have Tourette syndrome. Many times when people hear the words Tourette syndrome, the first thought that comes to their mind is, oh, that's the cursing disease. However, obscene language is not a typical symptom of TS. This is known as coprolalia, which is the outburst of cursing, uttering obscenities, and even ethnic slurs. Coprolalia is manifested by fewer than 15% of people with TS. Too often, however, the media seize upon this symptom for its sensational effect.
Now that you know what coprolalia is, you can understand that swearing is a common misconception about Tourette syndrome. Some people think that TS means you are sick or that you have a disease. Furthermore, that it's contagious. This is not true. Are you crazy if you have TS? No. Can a person just stop the tics and act normal? No, they can't, but some people can learn to control them to a certain degree.
All races and ethnic groups are affected. However, minorities are underdiagnosed. The multiple faces of Tourette syndrome reveal many different faces, many different colors, many different smiles, but they all have something in common. Many are affected with Tourette syndrome. Look at your neighbor, maybe your cousin. When you look at their face, what do you see? Would you ever imagine that they had Tourette syndrome?
Dr. Johnson had a tall and robust figure, but his odd gestures and tics were confusing to some on their first encounter with him. TS was a condition unknown in the 18th century. Dr. Johnson's 9 years of work has been described as one of the greatest single achievements of scholarship. He wrote the Johnson's Dictionary of the English Language. Tourette syndrome is a speed bump, not a stop sign, says Tim Howard. He is an incredibly talented professional athlete and Olympic soccer goalkeeper, and he has TS. Michael Wolff is an American jazz pianist and composer. He was a band leader and musical director. He was an actor, and he has TS. 13-year-old Anjanine Saxon is taking on the world with a positive attitude as she focuses on her continued straight A's and perfect attendance record. Her goal is to attend Ohio State University one day, and she has TS. Blair Abney has competed in the 2009 Miss America pageant, had the ability to sing in Italian since the age of 5, has made the president's list during all her semesters, and has TS. Louis Santani has been acting in film, TV, and theater since the age of 16. He's authored and illustrated a children's book. He is a talk show host, and he has TS. Stephen McCall has a notable career in the military. He's authored his first children's book. He's a minister, and he has TS.